everybody, and welcome back to another true crime video. This evening we are going to be covering the story of Anna Kriegel. Anna was a 14-year-old girl from County Kildare who sadly lost her life in May of 2018. I just obviously want to put a trigger warning in. This is about the death of a very young girl, and unfortunately the people that are responsible for her death were also two very young boys. So within Ireland they have been dubbed Boy A and Boy B. Their identities are not known due to the fact that they are minors. So I just want you to obviously go into this knowing that this story is horrific, but it's a really important one to be told. Again, just before we start, I want to give a trigger warning because I'm not going to go into a lot of details within the story because it is quite a horrific one, but I just want you to be aware that this is in relation to a death of a very young girl. The tragic death of Anna Kriegel in 2018 deeply affected Ireland and drew widespread attention to issues of bullying, social isolation and youth violence. Anna, who was a 14-year-old girl from Leagueslip, County Kildare, was found murdered in an abandoned house after being reported missing by her parents. Her story not only highlights the vulnerability of young people, but it also exposes the darker realities of modern society, where peer pressure and cruelty can lead to devastating consequences. Anna Kriegel was born in Russia in 2004 and later, at the age of 2, adopted by an Irish couple known as Geraldine and Patrick Kriegel. Growing up in Ireland, Anna faced numerous challenges. She suffered with partial deafness and vision problems, which led to struggles to fit in socially. Anna, who was known as a creative and expressive person, also lived part of her life actively online. Anna was also the victim of bullying during her school days. Despite these difficulties, Anna was described by her parents as kind, funny, and full of life. On May 14th, 2018, Anna, who was at home with her parents, had been called for by one of two teenage boys. This boy asked Anna to come out under false pretenses. This boy, who we now know as Boy B. This would be the last time her parents saw her alive. When Anna failed to return home after some hours, her parents' concern led them to contact the Gardaí in their local area. This brought about an intensive search for Anna's body. It took 3 days of searching before Anna's body was found in a derelict building in Lucan, County Dublin. The scene, which people have described as horrific, showed signs of a very violent struggle, and evidence revealed that Anna had suffered multiple injuries. The brutality of this attack not only shocked the nation, but it prompted an extensive Garda investigation. When the investigation information about teenage violence, mental health, and effects of bullying. Many schools and organisations in Ireland introduced stronger anti-bullying campaigns and mental health programmes in the aftermath. The case has also raised questions about social media use among young teens and the responsibilities of parents, schools, and communities in protecting vulnerable children. The murder of Anna Kriegel remains one of the most heartbreaking and significant cases in recent Irish history. Her story is a sobering reminder of how cruelty and manipulation among youth can lead to tragedy. While justice was served